All right, guys. So, wild video was on my desk today. Got placed on my desk, and it was of Tucker Carlson and Piers Morgan. Things went super left for Piers Morgan within this interview recently with Tucker Carlson on there, just speaking freely. You know, Tucker Carlson got fired from Fox News for speaking freely. Interesting enough, though, now Fox News is kind of like a news channel that is not really too left, but more conservative, I'd say. However, Tucker Carlson speaks his mind a lot of different times, and he spoke his mind on this sit down with Piers Morgan, and things went left because of what he said. Check out this interview, guys. It's classic.
What's wrong with homosexuality?
Well, if you encourage it and the rate goes up, people have fewer kids. I don't know. Did you do biology?
Well, no.
So
just to be clear, most gay people don't have kids.
That's the point I'm making.
Right, they don't.
So if all of a sudden you have more people being gay, which you do a lot.
No, you don't. People don't pretend to be gay.
Do you have the internet?
Huh?
I don't know. I'm not saying they're pretending. I'm saying you've got way more.
Yeah, you're gay, right?
Well, you know, we used to say that, but
you don't think so?
Well, I used to think that, but all of a sudden I
think lots of people putting their hand up saying they're trans. That's a different issue.
Oh, it's totally different. It's not part of the continuum. It's not like gender isn't real. Actually, I can pretend.
But if you're gay, you're gay.
Well, you know, we were told that, and I believed a lot of things.
Do you not believe that?
Well, it's demonstrably not true because science tells us it's not true.
You think people are making it up?
I don't think they're making it up at all.
So what's your point?
I think that you can be moved in that direction through propaganda and pornography.
Oh, come off it, Tucker.
Well, then how do you explain?
Is there anything that would make you... Could I make you gay?
How hard do you want to try?
Not hard, I can tell you.
Good. That's the spirit, Piers. There's a limit. Even an open-minded man like you kind of hate the gays.
Could I make you gay?
I make a little gay joke, and you're like, oh, I'm not going to be gay. Oh, no.
Why are you using a gay slur? That's fine.
Well, first of all, the context matters. As I've told you, I mean, that's like coffee table conversation between the gays I work with at Fox. Faggot. So if it's okay with them, it's okay with me. It's just it's sort of like racism. Only the whites are upset about it.
You don't actually think people can be persuaded to be gay?
Well, then why don't you explain the twofold or threefold increase in self-identified homosexuals in the United States?
I can. They used to be repressed. It used to be illegal in this country until the mid-60s. You literally went to jail.
So all through history.
Hang on. You literally were put in a prison cell if you were openly homosexual.
That was more here, actually. You guys did Oscar Wilde. We didn't. But
it was
you
terrible.
Also...
Absolutely shocking.
Yeah, it was terrible. You ruled the world at the time, and now you're a joke dependent on foreknown banks.
And you think that's because
but everyone's gay, so it's like a great trade.
So allowing gay people to be openly gay is why we wrecked
Mocking
our country.
Masculinity is the fastest way to servitude.
Totally different
Ask
issue.
any Pakistani. That's why I like the Pakistanis here. You talk to a Pakistani cab driver, and you're like, "Why are you gay?" And they will start laughing because they've watched the video, and they're like, "I'm not gay. I'm a man."
What's it got to do with masculinity?
Ask a single Briton, why are you gay? They'd be like, well, I'm not gay, but it would be okay if I was. And it's like, there's no masculine self-respect at all.
You're sounding quite homophobic.
I'm not afraid of gays at all. I'm just asking, actually,
you don't actually think they really exist by the sound of it.
Well, they exist.
No, but are they real? Is their sexuality genuinely
Are they sleeping with dudes? Big time.
Well, and women, are they attracted to members of their own sex?
Mostly dudes. The lesbian thing is way overblown.
Actually, there are a lot of lesbians.
How many?
I haven't counted, Tucker.
I love this conversation.
Not recently.
This is so great. You're going to get so fucking arrested after this. It's going to be unbelievable.
No one's arresting me.
Okay.
No one's arresting me. But I'm just curious whether you think that gay people actually are gay, or whether you think they've been somehow turned.
For the third time, I think it's completely sincere.
Right.
Completely sincere.
So what's your problem with
the question, I'm not saying I have a problem with it. I'm merely saying you get fewer children when more people are gay.
No, you don't.
Well, actually, you do.
More people aren't gay. Just more people are able to admit they're gay.
Oh, but hold on. You don't get fewer.
Did you say you don't get fewer children? Piers. See, this is when you know people just be talking just to talk. Of course you get fewer children. Somebody who's attracted to the same sex can't have a child. It's impossible. PP.
Well, hold on. Stop. Okay. Was it like 30% of the population always, like in Roman times? For about 30%, would you say?
I'm just saying.
No, it was like, this is...
The falling birth rates have nothing to do with
if you have
gay
more,
people.
If you have more gays, do you have fewer children?
We don't have more gays.
We've got way more gays.
No. We have more people who are not afraid to say they're gay.
They're letting their freak flag fly.
They are actually gay, Tucker. They just haven't been able to admit it.
So why isn't that the case like in Asia?
What do you mean?
I don't think there's no Asian country, and they're not all like putting gays in jail. Malaysia might be. Korea's not. South Korea. Why is their self-described homosexuality rate so much lower than yours? Japan, same.
Because culturally, it is not a thing.
So it's genetic. You think it's genetic?
No, it's cultural.
No. People become gay.
But last World Cup.
Wait, but how do people become gay?
Let me give you the World Cup is coming.
I'm not talking about soccer.
I'm telling you why.
I want to talk about the gay thing.
I'm telling you why.
How they become gay? Why are you gay?
1 in 4 countries in the last World Cup actually outlaw being homosexual. It's a criminal offense. Do you think that's right?
I don't care.
We should care.
Okay, I really care. You've got people arrested for using the word faggot. That's who I feel sorry for. This chick from Britain.
So you feel very exercised about that.
Yeah, she's in Great Britain. She's not in some primitive theocracy.
Are you not as exercised about people being arrested and put in a prison cell for their sexuality if they're gay? Why don't you feel as angry about that?
Because it's not my culture. It's not my country. It's not.
Come on.
Well, I'm not for arresting any. I'm for arresting very few people.
You think people should be arrested for their sexuality?
Of course not.
Right, so you agree with me?
Okay, I will not, as also a talk show host, you're not going to get me off my path. And my path leads to this question. How do people become gay? Why?
They don't become gay.
What? Are they born gay?
Yes.
How does that work?
They're born gay.
How?
They have a sexual attraction.
No. I understand the manifestations, the symptoms.
The symptoms?
Yeah, the symptoms. The symptoms of my...
They're born gay.
Okay.
Piers Morgan is somebody who's just fully consumed in the world. Like, he has no spiritual understanding at all. At all. He's fully consumed in the world. Sad.
Means it's genetic.
You may not want to
that means
acknowledge that.
No, I'm just asking how it works. So there's a gay gene.
You said you worked with lots of gay people.
Hold on. Right. There's a gay gene.
Did you not have this conversation with actual gay people?
Yeah, a lot of them say I got molested. That's why I'm gay. In fact, a really good friend of mine who's gay said I got molested. That's why I'm gay.
You think all gay people are gay because they got molested?
No, I don't think that. But I am wondering. I don't know the answer. But I would say the absolute vast majority of gay people.
Many people do go that way. Many, meaning the vast majority, do go that way because something happened to them when they were a child. Something happened to them when they were a child. Something got connected to them when they were a child. And that's why they went that way. Sad to say. This is why I always say, watch your children. Watch your children. I don't have any kids, but when I have kids, I'm probably going to be that dad that doesn't even let my kids go anywhere until they get a certain until they get a certain age. Like, no, you can't go over there. I don't know who's over there. You know, it may just be the mom right now, but what if her brother comes and visits? You know, like, who knows how her brother is? Who knows who her brother is? Whatever, you know, different things like that. I can't do it.
Are gay because they are actually attracted to members of their own sex.
No, but again, that's a manifestation. That's
a natural thing.
You're not. Let's just do science for 30 seconds. Of course, you're right. That's the definition of gay. I'm attracted to someone of my same sex.
Do you believe that?
Do I believe that they're attracted to people from their own sex?
Yes.
Well, obviously, they have sex with them.
Okay.
So that's what attraction is.
So what's the big deal? Why'd you care?
My question, because the self-reported incidence of it has risen. So we were told 30 years ago, and I have a good memory, it's about 10%. But the actual
because people were being mercilessly
listen. But the self-reported rate was like 5%. Then it's 10%. Now it's like 30%. So my question is, were they all born that way? 30% of a population is born homosexual? As an evolutionary matter, you tell me how that works. How do you reproduce?
It's not 30% of the population.
In the United States, in a lot of places, it is 30%.
It's not here. It's not 30%.
It's way higher here based on the vibe.
What is way higher is the number of people compared to 30.
But where does it come from?
30 years ago.
Is it genetic? And where's the gene?
30 years ago, gay people were persecuted.
I know. I've heard the story.
No, they
We were commemorating Stonewall the other day at my house. I'm on board with all of this stuff. Yeah, the Candlelight Vigil, we always do it every year. Every February 9th, I arrest my kids in this kind of mock Stonewall thing.
What do you do if one of your kids...
They say, I just want to be free, and then I unlock the handcuffs.
What happens if one of your kids says they're gay?
I love my kids no matter what. I love my kids no matter what they did. They're my children.
Would you think someone had turned them into a gay person? Or would you accept them as a
I'm a
natural
journalist, so I actually want to know what the real answer is, not the bullshit propaganda
thing?
answer.
What would you say to them?
And I don't know. That's why I'm asking you. You say people are
Well, I'm
born
asking
gay.
you what
No,
you
no,
would do.
You don't want to answer because you don't have an answer because you know that your answer is bullshit.
No, my answer's correct.
That they're born that way.
They're born gay.
Then is there a gene for it? And you know there isn't. So
gene.
tell me, a gene, it's the code that determines your physical and emotional characteristics. You have blue eyes because you have a gene for blue eyes.
Right.
If someone is gay, then there should be a gene that we can isolate and say it's the gay gene. And science has been looking for the gay gene for a long time. And my question is, where is it? I'm waiting on my gay gene. I ordered a gay gene and it hasn't arrived yet. Waiter, where's my gay gene?
Sounds to me like you might be.
Yeah, I'm waiting for my gay gene. And if there isn't a gay gene, then it's totally within bounds. It's not homophobia. It's not hate. I don't want to arrest people in Liberia or whatever the hell you're talking about. I just want to know, what is this? And no one will answer the question. And I don't know why. It's weird, right? Why can't we have a non-emotional conversation with, why are you gay? As they say in Nigeria, why are you gay? And no one will answer it.
He's talking about that one video. Why are you gay? Why are you gay? He's talking about that video. Tucker, he clearly likes that video. Guys, there's no gay gene. People come into being that type of way. God did not make individuals homosexual. He didn't. God made man and woman to become husband and wife and to be able to multiply and have children. That's how God created you. There's many different things that many different people deal with that they come into as they grow up. Right? And it's not right. That's why we need to die to who we are, be born again. Not just homosexuals, but people step into that. People step into it being greed. People step into perversion. People step into all kind of different things that is outside of God's nature. You understand? But we have to fight that desire that the flesh has built up and come into connection with, die to ourselves, carry our cross. We have to be born again, children of God, truly children of God. Interesting conversation. Piers is somebody who has no spiritual understanding. I pray the Lord fill him up because the guy is lost. The guy is lost. He has big platforms, and I can appreciate that he's not scared to have anybody on his platform now, right? But clearly he's not somebody who has spiritual understanding. Otherwise, he would realize that nobody's born, like you're not like, God didn't make you and say, okay, you're going to be gay, you're going to be gay. No, you step into it, you grow into it. There is no gay gene. But for those who deal with different things, may the Lord continue to heal them, fill them with light, fill them with Christ. So whatever is not of God, may it come out of them. Amen. So they can live in God's will. Amen. For those who come to agreement, put amen in the comments. God bless. Shalom.